I don't know who needs to hear this here. You don't have a tactical problem, you've got a mindset problem. Because cutting is more of a mental game than a physical game, especially if you want to get to 10% body fat. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys the 5 mindset shifts that I made that helped me go from 22% body fat to around 10% body fat in around 16 weeks. I dropped off around 12.6 kg during the 16-week period. So I know what I'm talking about, because if I didn't make these mindset shifts, I promise you, I wouldn't have gotten this lean. So the first mindset shift that I made is less about the physique and it's more about the man you need to become. The physique is just a byproduct of your hard work. 10% body fat, it's not about getting there. It's about who you become along the way. The man who keeps his promises, the man who, because for every workout, for everything you submit on a day-to-day basis, that's truly what a man needs to do. The man that you need to become is the man that needs to complete every single workout that he's been assigned to complete on this day and this day. He needs to do his cardio, he needs to do his steps, he needs to get his sleep, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And he needs to implement these daily non-negotiables every single day during this period of getting to 22% to 10% body fat, because this is what the physique teaches you. The physique teaches you that you must show up even if you don't feel like it. You must be doing your workouts, you must be doing your 10k steps daily, you must be doing your cardio, because the moment you do that, that's when you're going to become a proud version of you. So that's why it's never about the body fat percentage. It's more about the man you need to become. The man who just shows up, the man who stays disciplined, the man who, never gives up, the man who stays patient, the man who, because this was delayed, because as you can see, this was 16 weeks. This was delayed gratification. This clearly shows to you guys that getting a transformation like this requires patience, because a lot of you guys just think, you're gonna get there quicker. But trust me, you're going to get there longer than you think. Especially with the fact that you don't know exactly what your body fat percentage is. You may be underestimating how much body fat you have. You may have more fat than you think. So that's why you got to, keep showing up even if the result doesn't go your way. Even if you don't get that desired result within that specific X amount of week, then just keep going. That's what I had to do. It wasn't going my way. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was gonna take like 9 weeks because I thought I was 20% body fat. But even though it didn't take me 9 weeks, I still kept going, because I already knew at this point that it's less about about the body fat percentage, the 6-pack, the abs, and it's more about who you become along the way. And one part of that, of you becoming that man, is the person who just stays patient. Accept that it's gonna take time. So that's why. So I'm telling you guys, it's never ever about the 6-pack. It's not about getting to 10%. And yes, you do need tactics, but 99% of the time, people don't get to their desired goal. People don't get to 10% body fat simply because they lose their mind. They lose what goes through their mind. So that's why it's very important to fix your mindset first before you fix your tactics. And one part of it is making a mindset shift of thinking that it's about who you become along the way than the actual physique, because your body, the physique, the 6-pack is just a byproduct of your hard work, of who you became. So that's the first mindset shift. So now the second mindset shift is to find a deep reason why you want to get to 10% body fat. Because if you want to get to 10% body fat just for the girls, just for the visual look, of course you're not going to get there. Because it's not your deep reason, it's not a proper valid reason as to why you want to get to 10% body fat. So find your actual deep reason why you want to get to 10% body fat. Is it so that you can help people do the same thing and become a successful online coach to help people for the sake of your brand? Do you want to do it for your brand? Do you want to do it so that you can help people do it afterwards, become an online coach and help people do it afterwards? Or is it because you want to become a role model for your family? You want to become that man of the family? Or is it because you want to get respected way more? Whatever it may be, as long as there's a deep reason, because that deep reason will won't even if you, because the days where you just feel like demotivated, you're still just gonna show up. It's still gonna feel easy for you to just show up. You're still gonna just do it. Why? Because your deep reason, your deep why, your deep reasoning is what's going to just help you keep going. Trust me. Like, I had to find myself a deep reason as to why I wanted to get to 10% body fat right before I started doing my cut, because I knew for sure that, and it has helped me a lot. Like, whenever there has been days obviously where I don't really feel like going to the gym, not doing my daily non-negotiables, but I just still did it either way. It still felt easy at the same time, simply because of my deep reasoning. I knew that I had to get this shit done, simply because of my deep reasoning as to why I wanted to get to 10% body fat in the first place. So remember why you started. Remember firstly as to why you want to get to 10% body fat with the deep enough reasoning. So that's the second mindset shift that I made. And the third mindset shift would be, I will be doing cardio for life every single day, whether that's 10k steps or zone 2 cardio, or any form of cardio. To be honest, I'm still going to be doing cardio every single day for the rest of my life. And the sooner I accept it, the easier it becomes. This is a very powerful mindset. Why is that? Because even if you get to your 10% body fat goal, you're still going to, it's not the end. Like me right now, I'm on my reverse diet. I'm still doing my cardio. I'm still doing my 10k steps. And even when I get to once the reverse diet finishes, I'm still going to be staying active, because trust me, the goal isn't just to get lean, it's to also stay there. And we stay there by simply still doing our daily habits that we developed during the cutting phase. Because the habits that you build during your cutting phase, it needs to stay for you for life. Like, whether that's 10k steps. I'm not saying obviously you have to be doing cardio every single day. Like, obviously if you want to, then yeah, you can, and I would highly suggest it. But not to the point where, like, once you get lean, you can just eat whatever you want, not train, not do your cardio, not meal prep. Because the moment you the moment you go back to your old habits, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go back to the old version of you. So it's very important. That's why when it comes to cutting, you have to create a new version of you with new habits, because those habits you develop along the way, those habits, you need to keep those habits for life, because this is what will help you stay lean. Because like I said, the goal isn't just to get lean, to get to 10% body fat, it's to also stay there. And we want to stay there by doing a reverse diet, and just follow the 80% rule and the 20% of eating whatever you want. Yes, sure, but not to the point where, like, you just eat whatever you want every single day, or like you stop exercising, you stop staying active. Because the moment you do that, you're going to slowly go back to the old version of you. So we don't want to go back to the old version of how we were. And so that's the third mindset shift that I made, which is simply, I'm going to be doing cardio for life. The moment I accept it, the easier it becomes. And yeah, use this mindset for whenever especially when you do like your cardio sessions, or whenever you're walking outside doing your 10k steps. Apply this to your mind, repeat that every single day, and cutting will feel easier, I promise you. So that's the third mindset shift. Now the fourth mindset shift is I don't need to feel motivated today, I just need to execute today's plan. I would apply this mindset like whenever I just feel very demotivated. I would wake up, feeling unrefreshed, not feeling like doing anything. I would remind myself that I don't need to feel motivated every single day. I just need to execute the plan. As long as I do my daily non-negotiables, that leads me to get to 10% body fat, or leads me closer to get to 10% body fat, that's when I would be, become happy, because I'm going to be submitting that evidence. So that's going to make me become happy afterwards, because I've done the daily non-negotiables even though I didn't feel like it, and I was able to do it even though I didn't feel like it, simply because I applied that mindset shift by saying, I don't need to feel motivated, I just need to execute today's plan. Because you are going to be getting days where you just don't feel like doing anything. You're You're gonna have days where you don't feel like doing your cardio, not feel like doing your training, especially when you're deeper into the cut as well. Like me, because obviously training fatigue, all of that stuff, you know, you just have to just firm it and like just, you know, wing the training sessions, even if you feel very exhausted during your training, even if fatigue hits you. And obviously, yes, tactically you can apply, there's tactical ways to reduce your fatigue, but you're still going to be getting some weeks where like training fatigue is going to hit you. You know, you're just going to get fatigued from the cardio, or you're just going to feel exhausted in general during your car throughout the entire day. And if you do experience that, then it's okay, it's normal. You're not the only one. Trust me, I've been there as well. So you just got to understand that what you're experiencing, the exhausting thing that you're experiencing, it will pay off. You just need to do the thing even if you don't feel like it. Especially your cardio sessions. Yes, it might feel long, 50 minutes or whatnot, but you just got to understand that if you don't do it, then what's going to happen? You're not going to feel happy. So you just have to firm it and just do the long cardio sessions, even if you don't feel like it. And it will feel easier on doing it if you apply that mindset shift. So that's the fourth mindset shift. Now, the fifth final mindset shift that I made that helped me get to 10% body fat is by asking myself, is this the right thing to do here? So like whenever apply this whenever you're so close into like eating this off-plan food or off-plan snack, off-plan meal, whatever it may be, or you know, during your cardio sessions, if you do 40 minutes instead of 50 minutes when you're supposed to be doing 50 minutes, apply this mindset shift of, is this the right thing to do here? Is this the right thing to do here? Because I can guarantee you, if you did this thing, you're not gonna feel good afterwards. If you eat this off-plan meal, you're not gonna, like, yes, it's, you know, you might feel good before you actually do it, like, because obviously the cheap dopamine, all of that shit. But trust me, the moment you do it, you're gonna start to regret it. Trust me, because take this from somebody who used to do it back in the days. I used to be someone who used to make progress for the first 4 weeks, but then would end up having this one off-plan meal, and then that would then lead to me binging afterwards. And then what happened afterwards? I don't feel good afterwards. I felt very upset. You know, I wasn't happy. So, especially those hunger cravings, the hunger, the hungry nights. If you just firm it and control it, and you always ask yourself, would it be the right thing to eat off plan here even though I'm very hungry? Of course not. It wouldn't be the right thing to do. And so the moment you just question yourself every time you eat an off-plan meal, or every time you feel like eating an off-plan meal, it will make it easier for you to not eat that off-plan meal, because you already know that it's not going to be the right thing to do, and you're just going to feel like shit afterwards. So whenever you feel like, you know, even if you get food thoughts within your mind, because trust me, your mind most of the time will think about food a lot, especially when you're deep into the cut. But if you just keep questioning yourself, where you want to be how you were back to where you first started within the cut. Do you want to be that version of you, that old version of you? You know, you just have to go back to that old version of you. Do you want to be that old version of you? Because the moment you question yourself that, and you question yourself whether if it's the right thing to do here, then it'll make it easier for you to, you know, not fall into that bad habit of, you know, eating that off-plan meal, or, you know, having that snack. So always question yourself, is this the right thing to do here? When it doesn't even have to be for food related. It can be, you know, for your cardio sessions. You know, would it be the right thing? Would it be the right thing to do 40 minutes of cardio instead of 50, even though you already know that you're supposed to be doing cardio for 50 minutes? So always ask yourself that, because I promise you, if you keep questioning yourself these things, then it will just make it easier for you to stay locked in to, you know, not eat that thing that you're not supposed to be eating, you know, not doing that thing that you're not supposed to do, you know. So that's the mindset shift that I applied. that helped me get to 22% body fat to 10% body fat in around 16 weeks. So if you want me to help you get to 10% body fat and help you fix your mindset, then comment down below within the video the phrase 10% body fat, and then I'll reach back to you. I'll send you a link for you to fill in your application, and once that application gets submitted, we'll book a call afterwards and we'll see if we're the right fit to be getting coached by me. So thanks for watching as always. If you find this video helpful, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If not, then the fact that you watched this video is good enough for me. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you lot in the next video.